Hey, what's up guys? Marco here. Today we're going to be breaking down Travis Scott's Pornography. Hope you enjoy the video. Pornography is the first track on Travis Scott's debut studio album, Rodeo. This track was produced by Travis, Metro Boomin, Sonny Digital and Mike Dean. I'm going to take an educated guess and I'll say that probably Metro and Sonny produced most of the track. And all I can say is that they did a hell of a job with this track. I mean, it's a really simple beat, but also in some kind of way it's very unique, which is not that easy to do actually. Also, Travis did a great job filling in all the empty space in the song. Like, after breaking down a couple of Travis' songs, I can pretty confidently say that the beat only does 25% of the job, and the rest of 75% is mostly Travis. I mean, he just has the way of filling in a blank space in the song, which I think is the reason on why he's such a unique artist. Now, with that being said, let's jump right into the breakdown. So, first of all, to find our BPM, we're going to need to drag the song onto the track. Now, we're going to right click on this little arrow, then select Detect Tempo, and as you can see, our BPM has automatically changed to 129 beats per minute. Next off, we're going to get our sample in place. So, by searching on whosample.com, we're going to find out that Pornography samples a song called Expectation by the Danish rock band Ache. Now we're gonna drag the song onto our sheet and we're gonna head over to the 5th minute and 40 seconds mark as we saw on whosample.com. Now after chopping up this exact portion right here, we're gonna stretch it out till it becomes 5 bars long to match up with the original song. Now, I spent quite some time figuring out what the right pitch and speed for the final sample should be, and in the end I figured out that the sample was just halved in speed using either gross beat or halftime. Okay, so now we have our sample ready, so let's move on to the bass. At first listen, you can quite easily tell that the bass is in fact a finger bass, and in this case I went with the soft finger bass preset in Expand 2. After half a minute or so into the song, the drums come in place, or at least a drum loop, which I couldn't quite get some similar stems because they aren't that loud and they're also pretty muffled, so I just extracted them out of the original song. Now moving on, we're gonna add what I think is the highlight of this song, this guitar riff right here. I've remade this guitar riff using the Metal Lead guitar preset in Logic Pro. Now, here I've layered the same chord progression over 3 different octaves to really emphasize that wide distorted sound effect. Now, to make this guitar riff even more accurate, I've added some fruity chorus for some more rift, some Valharum for reverb, and then Architect Retro Color for some air distortion, echo or spaciness, and low cut of sound-like effects. So, all together. Following up, we're gonna move on to the next part of the song. Here we're gonna start with the synth bass from Expand, where I've added 2 parametric hiketsus, some distortion and some chorus. Now we're gonna move on to the drums, where I've got all the identical presets except the snare, which is still identical but I think it's stripped out of the original song, but it still works anyway. Next off, we're gonna add the kick, which is just a basic rack kick. Following up, we're gonna add the 808, which is just a basic spins. And that's it for the drums, pretty simple. So now we're gonna move on to the remaining instruments, starting with this piano stab. Next off, we're gonna add the brass, where I've used the 3 trumpets crescendo preset in Xpaint, and in the mixer I've added some distortion, RS20 retro color, and some camel crusher, which is another distortion VST. And now basically the last instrument that I'm gonna cover is another piano, even though there are some more changes later on, but they're just some 808 changes and also the height comes in play. But I feel like it's not really needed to cover up that part because there are just some significant changes. So let's just see the piano. And with this, the breakdown is ready. So, cheers to the final result.